What a great trailer. Unfortunately, we will never know if the movie is as good as it seems to be, because the places where it was being shot in India's rivers are too polluted to permit a shooting. Let's see more about it. The Yamuna and the Ganges. In those, see them as the most sacred rivers. The Ganges begins in the icy Himalayan peaks as a crystal clear river, and the Yamuna is a confluent of the Ganges. When these rivers meet India's highly populated cities, the water goes from crystal clear to trash and sewage-infested sludge. But why? Some causes are human waste. Nearly 1 billion liters of untreated sewage is dumped into the rivers daily. Industrial waste. 500 liters of industrial waste entering the Yamuna River each day. The latter industry uses chemicals such as toxic chromium compounds that end up in the river, which makes the level of industrial pollution 13 times the permissible limit. Once the Yamuna River flows through Delhi, there is no oxygen present in the water. Religious traditions. Hindus see Yamuna and Ganges as goddesses and think they are immortal even if affected by pollution. Besides, millions of Hindus want to die or at least have their ashes spread in the Ganges, which makes many families deposit their recently deceased directly into the river. Not only that, people often offer flowers in order to Ganga, but end up polluting it, as they throw their offerings with plastic bags, for example. Who is affected by the issue? Many people. 400 million people live and rely on the Ganges water supply. It kills them, spreads diseases, and affects them indirectly by killing animals and deregulating the environment. Water in the Ganges has been correlated to contracting dysentery, cholera, hepatitis, as well as severe diarrhea. It has also been suggested that 80% of all illnesses in India and 1/3 of deaths can be attributed to waterborne diseases. The Indian government is also affected, as it needs to spend a lot of money with programs to clean the river instead of focusing on other areas like education. Money that it doesn't have, as the same pollution decreases the tourism that the Ganges will normally create. Pollution threatens not only humans, but also wildlife of more than 265 fish species, 90 amphibian species, and the endangered Ganges river dolphin. So, how do we deal with the problem? A major plan needs to be put in action. This new plan needs to be taken seriously by the government, which needs to be willing to spend money on it, decrease the bureaucracy that surrounds it, and not use it to feed its corruption. That way, it won't follow the same path that Ganga Action Plan and Yamuna Action Plan did, both considered a big failure. The new plan, how I named it, will include a series of measures taken with the objective of cleaning the Ganges and Yamuna rivers. Those measures can be divided into two types: preventive, that include the development of sewage plants in order for it to cover more cities, and the creation of more rigorous laws concerning water pollution, and mitigation measures, closing industries that pollute the river, increasing inspections to those industries, raising awareness among the population of the benefits of a clean river, and giving incentives to people that take a certain amount of trash out of the river. This plan will be led by a group of experts that will be in charge of creating those measures, and funding will not only be by the government, but also by donations and private investors that will demand more transparency.